October is Filipino-American History Month, and all over Southern California, different Filipino-American communities celebrate that, some a day, some a weekend, but there's only one city in Southern California that celebrates that for a month, and that is why this year they're having a 5-weekend celebration in the city of Carson, and I'm talking to two of the pillars of the Filipino-American community in Carson City. Napakasipag, Miss Paz, hello and welcome to Kababayan, LA, and Miss Faye, hello and welcome to Kababayan, LA. Let's first talk about this Filipino-American History Month, and this is a good point to raise also. Bakit October?
Well, the reason it was made in October, the Filipino-American Historical Society, they're the ones that really did the resolution, passed it through Congress, is because in October, there is a bunch of Filipinos, siguro mga during the galleon trade. This was way, way back. And they jumped ship.
So
and
that
they
was
landed,
during the month of October?
Yes, they landed at Morro Bay. And so yung Filipino-American National Historical Society felt that that was really the first time that the Filipino-Americans landed in the United States. So now they named that as the Filipino-American National History Month in October, celebrated.
And bakit naman kailangan isang buong buwan ng selebrasyon sa Carson? Hindi ba napakahaba at medyo mahirap naman? It's a very difficult and ambitious undertaking, Paz.
Yeah, first of all, we have to say thank you for coming. That was 2009 when we started this. We requested the city of Carson to create a resolution to celebrate the History Month. And out of that, because of our diversity, and I think each of the areas, we need to showcase and also to let our community know who we are as a Filipino Americans. So we based it on 3 things at first. It was based on origin, based on service occupation, and based on services. So out of that, it sprouted that on origin, it's either you're an immigrant, that means we come from the Philippines and grew up here, or you are the generation 1.5 plus.
And you're calling it Generation 1.5 plus. Saan ang galing ang term na yan? Is that something that we can find in the dictionary, or is that something that we coined ourselves?
No, it's a social. I think it's a word that they use for in sociology for immigrants that are born in one country, but they come here when they are under 18. So that means their identity is more of American than where they came from. So that's why they were called 1.5. And we group it together with the rest of the generation, which is the second generation, third generation,
and so on.
Right.
And that is one group.
One group with multiracial. Well, one group, and then with them are the multiracial group. And we have those that are by affiliation, like for example, Faye is married to an American, so she's a family member. So by origin, she's also part, and then friends.
So Faye, it's 5 weekends. Why is it important to celebrate the 5 weekends?
Well, it's a month. So essentially, we're really, saying
it has to be. How come yung iba isang weekend lang? They pick one weekend, and then it's a good.
Well, I think because in Carson we really want to celebrate, and it's a whole it's just basically hindi naman the whole week. It's just weekends, 5 days. So it's just days, and there's a lot of things that are happening. Like for instance, she was saying the immigrants. We want to focus on the Filipino as immigrants, but as immigrants, we still bring our customs and traditions here. That's on the first day, which is the kickoff of the ceremony. We will have ati-atihan. We will try to have, the kulintang to show about the Mindanao. So this is really, even though you're Filipino-American, you don't leave it behind. And that's really I really encourage the youth to go there. So that's, they'll see the dances, and the singing will be there.
And in the coming days here in Kababayan, LA, we're going to be talking about each weekend in depth, what's going to happen, so you are more encouraged to go. But we're not just celebrating, we're also commemorating, and we're recognizing the contributions of Filipino Americans. In your years of experience of studying this, of being involved in the community, what would you consider the biggest contribution of the Filipino American community here?
There's a lot. In terms of labor, you have discussed previously about Jose Rizal, and if you read his life, he's really not just from the Philippines. Internationally, he was for freedom and justice. And some of the heroes like Philip Vera Cruz and Larry Itliong and Pete Velasco, these are the labor union leaders that started the United Farm Workers.
So many contributions, so many personalities, so many models that we can be proud of. But how do we pass it on to the youth? In what way do you think will your activities be able to pass on our values, our pride to the youth?
Okay, for example, we have on the side of the we're very much giving a caring principle. So we have the group on service, which is the philanthropic and spiritual group. This group are the ones that are the pillars of us, showing how good we are when it comes to sharing. Right. And then we bridge it to the generation 1.5 to become the baton, like
passing
the baton. Yeah. And the other thing is that's why we came out with the Hermana Mayor concept, where who are our leaders right now that can help us promote and see what we are like.
Right.
We thank you that you are one of them, and we are like having like even Gawad Kalinga and Tony Elias being onto the side of the philanthropic.
So many things to bring out, and like what we said, and we've been talking about this. It's not just the end of things when we are proud of the things that we have accomplished, but we're also looking forward and trying to see what more we can contribute to American society.
Right.
Na pagkakakilanlan din nating mga kababayan. We're going to be talking about that when we return on the show. Don't go away.